we're going to have your POWRi Super Stocks. Going to be the first heat out onto the night. Here's how they're going to line up. On the pole is going to be the 56 of Mark Davis, and to his outside, the 05 of Dale Berry. Row 2 going to be the 21W of Ted Welchmeyer, and the 21C is Sean Clare. That's going to be the starting lineup for heat number 1 for your POWRi Super Stocks. Is everybody excited for tonight? Okay, Maryland's excited. That's all that matters. I'm just kidding. Is everybody else excited? Let's see here. Green plaid shirt. Are you excited? Yeah, sitting next to the guy with the white fedora. Yeah, are you excited? Okay, is the fedora excited? No, he's not? Okay, well, we know the girls ain't excited. They're probably sitting down there like, oh, my God. Why did you drag us out here? Which one of them sounds like that? Or is it both of them? Yeah, you guys don't want to be on the couch, do you? Here we go. We're going to roll out heat 1. All right, race fans, lights are down. Will be green flag when they come out of turn number 4. Out of turn 4, green flag is in the air. It's going to be 3 wide out of turn 2 down the back stretch. Welchmeyer. Oh, look out. Barry and Davis make contact. Barry goes around. And he's going to park it on turn 3 as Ted Welchmeyer going to come out of turn 4. Your race leader, yellow, yellow, yellow. We go immediately to the yellow. Here we go. We're going to try it again. We did not get a lap completed, so original restart. Mark Davis, Ted Welshmeyer out front. Delberry goes to the back because he spun out. Green flag out of turn 4. Here we go. Welshmeyer out front as he's going to lead him out of 2 and down the back stretch, followed in by Mark Davis. Delberry rounds out your field. Sean Clare was supposed to join us, but he is unable to make it to this heat race. So we got a 3-car heat. Turn 4 it is. Welshmeyer, Davis, Berry, single file, kindergarten style, as they go through 1 and 2. It's still Welshmeyer out front. Mark Davis still sits in second, and Delberry still sits in that number 3 spot. It's still Ted Welshmeyer as he is starting to pull away from the rest of the field. Mark Davis in second, Delberry third still. Been like that the entire race since the drop of green. You're going to see 2 to go this time by. Welshmeyer about a half a straightaway lead as he goes into 3. Coming out of turn 4, white flag, 1 to go for the 21W at Ted Welshmeyer. Checkered flag for the 21W at Ted Welshmeyer. Mark Davis second, Delberry third. That's going to wrap up heat 1. Up next is going to be heat number 2. On the pole is going to be the 11 of Derek Brown at his outside, the 21 of Jared Lamke. Row 2 going to be the 164 of Michael Muskrat, and your current points leader, the 2A of Ace O'Neill to the outside of row 2. Out of turn 4, green flag is in the air. Derek Brown was on the pole. Now you got the 21 of Jared Lamke coming up there to that number 1 spot. Lamke going to lead him on down into 3 and 4. Out of turn 4 it is Lamke, Brown, O'Neill, and Muskrat. The 21 of Jared Lamke out front. Derek Brown's been pretty much unstoppable here this year at Midway in the Superstocks, but now he's got a run for his money as Lamke's on the run. He's out front. Derek Brown and the 11 are going to have to chase him down as they come out of turn 2, and they are going to be Derek Brown to the quarter panel, unable to get all the way up and around him as they come out of turn number 4. Still the 21 of Jared Lamke. Derek Brown, Ace O'Neill, Michael Muskrat's how the fields round out. As they go into 3, coming out of turn 4, Lamke still out front, giving your current points leader a run for his money. Brown got a good run out of 2. They're going to be door to door. Down into 3 they go. Yellow is out. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Yellow flag coming out for debris on the track. All right, race fans, lights are down. They will be green flag when they come out of turn 4. Into 3. Jared Lamke going to lead them out of turn 4. Green flag is in the air. Out of turn 2. Oh, it was going to be a drag race. Lamke on the high side, Brown on the bottom. And it is Jared Lamke out front still. Derek Brown trying to get some speed to get up there. Out of turn 2, Derek Brown got a little bit of an advantage going down into 3. Coming out of turn number 4, it is Derek Brown by literally inches as they go out of 2 and down the backstretch. White flag, one more trip around for the 11 of Derek Brown as he's finally got the line figured out. Down the back stretch, they're going to go for the final time. Into 3, coming out of turn number 4. Checkered flag waves for the 11 of Derek Brown. Jared Lamke and Ace O'Neill, your top 3. All right, race fans, time for some Young Gun Hornets. On the pole, the 44 of Laney Dublin. And to her outside, the 9 of Maddox Dunn. Row number 2 going to be the 15 of Landon Sturgeon. And the 23 of Preston Higgins. Row 3, you got the 66 of Max Dublin and the 8 of Devin McAllister. All right, race fans, 6 laps the distance. The laps. 6 laps the distance. Lights are down. Green flag out of turn 4 as they get into the correct starting positions. Into 3. Coming out of turn 4. Green flag is in the air. Maddox Dunn took off like a rocket down into 1. Oh, Laney Dublin got a little wild. Max Dublin slid up the hill, but out front going to be the 9 of Maddox Dunn as he's going to go down the back stretch and into 3. Followed in by Laney Dublin and the 25 there. Or the 23, I'm sorry. Oh, that's the 25 of Landon Sturgeon, but they have him in my race pass as the 15. 2 cars are exiting the speedway. And so Maddox Dunn, your race leader. Followed in by the 8 of Devin McAllister, Max Dublin 3rd. Oh, look out. McAllister goes, oh, nice driving. That was plumb sideways, perpendicular to the turn. Vin Dieseled it and kept on going. Maddox Dunn making quick work there of the 23 of Preston Higgins. As Maddox Dunn is, oh, look out. McAllister got wild again in 1 and 2, but he saved it again. I'm telling you, that man right there is going to be the next Fast and Furious movie star. Down the back stretch goes your race leader, the 9 of Maddox Dunn. Max Dublin sits in second. Devin McAllister third, and then the 23 of Preston Higgins rounds out the field. White flag, one more trip around for the 9. As your race leader, going to go down the back stretch for the final time. Coming out of turn number 4, checkered flag waves for the 9 of Maddox Dunn. And Max Dublin going to take second, and Devin McAllister going to round out your top 3. Here we go, Heat 2, Young Gun Hornets on the poles, the 85J of Joseph Aiken, and on his outside, the 49 of Camden Grimes. Row 2 going to be the 13 of Brantley Jones and the 18R of Connor Reed. And row 3 going to be the 18 of Treston Higgins. Out of turn 4, green flag is in the air. Oh, they got real close. Brantley Jones into the back of Camden Grimes. The 18 of Treston Higgins goes around. Joseph Aiken leads them down the back stretch and into 3. Oh, Brantley Jones just drilled Camden Grimes. They're going to stay rolling. We're clean and green. Joseph Aiken, your race leader, as they're going to go down the back stretch and into 3. It's Aiken, Grimes, Jones. That's your top 3, followed in by Reed and Higgins. Brantley Jones trying to come around Grimes on the outside as Camden's going to play some defense. Jones going to try it again out of turn 4 on the top shelf. Not able to get it done. Brantley Jones, Camden Grimes, they are going at it. Jones trying to do everything he can to get around the 49. As it is Joseph Aiken out front with a commanding lead. Out of turn 4, you're going to see the white flag. One more trip around for the 85J. Joseph Aiken coming around the 18 there, Connor Reed. Out of turn 4, checkered flag waves for the 85J of Joseph Aiken. Camden Grimes second and Brantley Jones third. All right, it's time for Midwest Modifieds. 4 heat races, and we're going to roll out Heat 1 on the pole. Going to be the 17 of Logan Ruark and his outside the 27R of Trice Rodden. Row number 2 going to be the 25 of Eli Muhlenberg and the 77 of Zach Willis. Row 3, the 33 of Steve Muhlenberg and the 84 of Dayton Newell. And riding shotgun, row number 4, the 25T of Austin Treadway. Into 3. Out of turn 4, green flag is in the air. Logan Roar going to be out front. Here comes Trice Rodden at number 2 slot. Eli Muhlenberg going to be sitting in 3rd as they go down the back stretch. Look at the battle here between Newell and Muhlenberg. As the lap. Whoa, contact. We got carnage. Oh. Yellow is out. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Zach Willis parked down here on the front stretch as he has got some major trouble. We are calling for the truck. Steve Muhlenberg went to the pits, but Zach Willis, his left rear does not look good, and that left front is definitely messed up.
Race fans, the MRP All Access plan on the MyRacePass app now includes live announcer audio on race nights.
Son of a gun, here we go, gonna have a great time!
Make your fantasy racing picks, watch live timing, and listen into the action live on the MyRacePass app.
Can you believe it?
Doctor!
Ask your local track to get their announcer on the new MRP audio feature for the MyRacePass app today.
Off a turn 4, you've got a new leader!
To learn more, visit getmrpapp.com. MyRacePass, the ultimate racing resource.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for the 77 of Zach Willis. All right, so from what I'm being told, the 33 is Steve Muhlenberg. His right front upper A-arm is tacoed, so I don't think he's coming back out. We just pulled the 77 of Zach Willis off the speedway as his car's mangled. Maybe, just maybe, they can get them fixed by the feature. Into 3 we go. Logan Ruark, your race leader. Trice Rodden second. Nope, no start. We're going to try it again. They got a fire on the green cone. Here it is. Green flag is in the air. Down through 1 and 2. Ruark's sitting there in third. Dayton Newell fourth, and Austin Treadway rounds out the field in fifth. On to second, but here comes Trice Rodden. Say that 5 times fast. Newell all over the back bumper of Rodden as the 17 of Ruark is out front. Now Newell going to go top side. Going to try to see if something's working up there. They're going to swap sides. Newell down to the bottom side. Rodden playing great defense. Logan Ruark says, y'all have fun, I'm out of here. Third. Logan Ruark, your race leader. Eli Muhlenberg second. Trice Rodden third. And Dayton Newell and Austin Treadway. And Newell trying every line he can think of to find some speed. Into the back of Rodden, Newell goes. And Rodden goes around, white flag is in the air. All right, so the white flag has already been displayed before the caution come out. So the 17 of Logan Ruark is your heat race winner, followed in by Eli Muhlenberg and then Dayton Newell. Here comes heat 2. On the poles, the 05 of Caleb Rhodes, and to his outside, the 75 of Colby Lathrop. Row 2, the 44R of Randall Cushing, and the 18K of Tyler Crocker. Row 3, you got the 49 of Mason Rodden and the 3N1 of Jacob Long. And then in row 4, all by his lonesome, the 5D of Dustin Dennison. Green flag is in the air. Colby Lathrop jumps out front. Look at that 4-5 wide coming down out of 2. A lot of bumping and banging, but we're clean and green. As they're going to come out of turn 4, lap 1 goes to Colby Lathrop. Tyler Crocker second. Rodden and Dennison going at it for third and fourth. Lathrop got a little wild out of 2 down the backstretch, had to let up off the throttle. That's going to let Crocker and Dennison close the gap, but it's still the 75 of Colby Lathrop out front. Here comes the 18K of Tyler Crocker, the 5D of Dustin Dennison. That's your top 3. Mason Rodden sits 4th, Caleb Rhodes 5th, and Randall Cushing 6th. Crocker gets around Lathrop into first. Now Lathrop's got a hold on as he's got Dustin Dennison down to the bottom side. It is Crocker, Dennison, Lathrop. Out of turn 4, you are gonna see 2 to go for the 5D of Dustin Dennison, who has now come from worst to first here in heat 2. Down the back stretch and into 3 they go. Out of turn 4, white flag waves for Dustin Dennison. Down the back stretch into 3 for the final time. Coming out of turn number 4, the checkered flag for the 5D of Dustin Dennison. Tyler Crocker and Colby Lathrop, 1, 2, and 3. So that's going to wrap up Heat 2. Up next, going to be Heat number 3. On the pole, going to be the 35E of Luke Aiken into his outside, the 51 of Sean Henson. Row 2, the 7C of Derek Cook and the 28C of Shane Creech. Row 3, you got the 83 of Ben Newell and the 55 of Adriel Shepard. And row number 4, going to be the 24M of Matt Holtzclaw. Flag is in the air. Down to 1 and 2, the 51 of Sean Henson jumps out front, but here comes Luke Aiken. He's all over the back bumper. Derek Cook slides into 3rd. He's got Ben Newell following him. Out of turn 4. It's Sean Henson by a bumper. Luke Aiken down on the bottom side. Henson went way too wide through 1 and 2. That's going to let Luke Aiken up into that number 1 spot. 3 and 4. It's Aiken, Henson, Cook, Newell, Creech, Shepard, Holtzclaw. That's your field right there. Luke Aiken holding on to that race lead. Sean Henson on the back bumper. Derek Cook trying to find out where the speed is so he can get around them top 2 cars. Ben Newell sitting right there in 4th. Adriel Shepard rounds out your top 5. Oh, Henson now to the inside door of Aiken as Newell to the inside door of Cook. Oh, look at that. Henson gave him a little tap. Aiken holds on to the race lead. Is Cook going to take advantage? Out of turn 2, it is Luke Aiken, Derek Cook, your top 2. Henson in 3rd, Newell in 4th. Luke Aiken holding on to the race lead. Derek Cook, he's found something on the high side. Down the back stretch, it's still Aiken, but Cook's got the advantage going into 3. Out of turn 4, white flag for the 7C of Derek Cook. Luke Aiken 2nd, Ben Newell up to 3rd. Final time in this heat race down the back stretch and into 3. Out of turn 4, the 7C of Derek Cook. Ben Newell 2nd and Luke Aiken 3rd. All right, our 4th and final Midwest Modified Heat Race. On the pole is going to be the 8K of Tyler Dunston, and to his outside, the 27 of Terry Williams. Row 2 is going to be the 28D of Dylan Dampier and the 15R of Oakley Ragland. And row number 3 is going to be the 65 Junior of Carter Jackson and the 27T of Dustin Mathis. Yeah, Matt Hess. I have no idea, I'll be honest with you. I'm just winging it. Into 3, lights down, out of turn 4. Green flag is in the air. Well, motor off down to the 1 and 2. Tyler Cadunston going to jump out front. Here comes the 15R of Oakley Ragland. Oh, Ragland into the back of Williams. And Ragland going to slide up into second. Cadunston is bad fast around this track. He knows it like the back of his hand as he's going to leak away. Oakley Ragland, Terry Williams, the top 3. Dylan Dampier, Carter Jackson round out the top 5. And here comes Dustin Matt Hessen rounding out the field. Single file through this 4th and final heat race. It's all the 8K of Tyler Cadunston. Oakley Ragland sits in second, trying to run it down. Terry Williams holds on to third. Dylan Dampier's holding on to fourth, but Carter Jackson all over his back bumper. As Jackson trying to get out of fifth and into fourth. Laps are ticking down here in our 4th and final heat race. Trips around for the 8K. Out of turn 4, white flag. One more trip around for Tyler Cadunston. A full straightaway lead as he goes into turn 3. Coming out of turn 4, checkered flag for the 8K and Tyler Cadunston. Oakley Ragland second, Terry Williams third, and Carter Jackson up to 4th. All right, it's time for some POWRi Pure Stocks, Heat 1. On the pole of Heat 1 for your POWRi Pure Stocks is going to be the 13 of Greg Dykstra. And on his outside, the 0, your current track points leader, James Reedus. Row number 2, going to be the 28W of Michael Willoughby and the 19 of Trenton Houston. Row 3, you got the 68 of Rhonda Lampke and the 32 of Richard Adams. Into 3, coming out of turn number 4. Down through 1 and 2, they're going to go. Greg Dyke. Oh, Richard Adams just loops Michael Willoughby. As they come out of turn 4, it is James Reedus to the race lead. Greg Dykstra sits in second. Trenton Houston, Richard Adams, Rhonda Lampke. Michael Willoughby going to rejoin the field. It's all James Reedus as they come out of turn 4. Greg Dykstra holds on to second, but he's got Trenton Houston, Richard Adams all over him. James Reedus leads the charge as they're going to be almost, oh, look out. Richard Adams drove it in a little hard. Houston played defense. Richard Adams had to get on the brakes. As it is the 0 of your current points leader, James Reedus out front. Greg Dykstra sits in that number 2 spot after he had trouble in hot laps. Seems like he got it fixed though. Trenton Houston sits in 3rd. As Houston trying to find a line to get around the 13 of Dykstra. White flag, one more trip around. Here comes Adams down on the bottom side. Adams around Houston into 3rd. Adams slides it up the hill as they're going to be 3 wide down the back stretch and into 3. Checkered flag for the 0 of James Reedus. Richard Adams 2nd, Greg Dykstra 3rd. Up next, race fans, going to be our second and final heat race for your POWRi Pure Stocks. Up next, or on the pole, is going to be the 2 of Austin Dixon and his outside, the 32A of Johnny Ray. Row number 2 going to be the 23 of Mark Simon and the 21 of Peyton McDowell. And row 3, the 14 of Derek Davis and the 42 of Trevor Ellingson. Out of turn 4, green flag is in the air. Out of turn 2, Mark Simon trying to get out front as he's going to get around the 2 of Austin Dixon into 3. Peyton McDowell going to follow him down on the bottom side. It is, oh man, it is Simon McDowell Dixon 3 wide for the lead. Johnny Ray in 4th. McDowell kind of gave Simon a little loving, and he looped it around. And it is still Mark Simon out front. Austin Dixon, yellow, yellow, yellow. We go immediately to the yellow. Green flag out of turn 4. As Mark Simon's going to take off down to the 1 and 2. 3 wide for second between Ellingson, Davis, and Dixon. It's all Mark Simon. Austin Dixon holds on to second. Trevor Ellingson 3rd. Then you got Derek Davis, Peyton McDowell, Johnny Ray rounds out the field. Mark Simon going to the top shelf. Austin Dixon following. Trevor Ellingson now getting up into second as they go into third. Or go into three. Yellow is out. Yellow, yellow, yellow for the 32A of Johnny Ray. Down into turn three, coming out of four. Green cone, green flag. Here we go. Mark Simon still your race leader. Trevor Ellingson sits in second. Austin Dixon trying to get back up to second on the top side, following your race leader. As Ellington's going to take over second completely. Derek Davis now moving into third. Coming out of turn four, going to see the white flag. One more trip around for the 23 of Mark Simon. Down the backstretch, they're going to go for the final time. Into three. Coming out of turn number four, checkered flag waves for the 23 of Mark Simon. Trevor Ellingson, Austin Dixon, your top three. All right, so as you can see, we're laying down some moisture before we bring out our B-Mod heat races. So the way this is going to work, we're going to run these 2 heats of B-Mods, or 3 heats, I'm sorry, 3 heats of B-Mods. And then we're going to bring out our Young Guns for their championship feature. Then we'll take an intermission, and then we'll run some B features. Here we go. Heat 1 for your POWRi B-Mods. On the pole is going to be the 30 of Rex Harris, and his outside the 11T of James Thompson. Row 2 going to be the 29 of Bronson Wicker and the 2 of Eric Graves. Row 3, you got the 18C of Carter Harrison and the 5R of Donald Randall. And row number 4 going to be the 26 of Evan Groves. Down the back stretch and into 3. Out of turn number 4, green flag is in the air. Down through 1 and 2, Rex Harris going to lead. James Thompson sits in 2nd, Bronson Wicker 3rd. Eric Graves coming up to the backside there of Wicker. As Rex Harris, James Thompson starting to pull away from the rest of the field. Rex Harris has got the lead, he's got the line, he's got a hold on. As he's got James Thompson right behind him, Bronson Wicker. Eric Graves, Carter Harrison, Donald Randall, and Evan Groves round out your field. Oh, look out. Eric Graves goes around. And the yellow is out. The yellow, yellow, yellow. Out of turn 4. Green flag is in the air. Now look at this. Bronson Wicker shoots up to that number 2 spot. As he's going to be around the 11T of James Thompson. Off of that restart, it's still Rex Harris out front. Thompson up on the top side trying to come around as he's going to get back to second. Oh, Carter Harrison almost bobbled it, but he's going to roll on out of 2 and keep rolling in 4th. They're going to cross the stripe. You're going to see 2 down this time for the 30 of Rex Harris. Down the backstretch into 3. Bronson Wicker still down to the bottom side of James Thompson. A white flag waves. One more trip around for the 30 of Rex Harris. Stretch heat 1's going to go for the final time. Coming out of turn 4, checkered flag for the 30 of Rex Harris. James Thompson, Bronson Wicker, 1, 2, and 3. Here we go, heat 2 on the poles, the 11 of Waylon Dimmitt. And to his outside, the 28 of Wesley Briggs. Row 2, you got the 94 of Tyler Potter and the 77 of Jeremy Hazel. Row 3, the 68 of Donnie Betts and the 65 of Chris Jackson. And row number 4, all by his lonesome, the 20D of David Dawson David. Whoa, I don't know what that was. All right, we're going to try this one more again. Down into 3, coming out of turn number 4. Green flag is in the air. Waylon Dimmitt out front. Tyler Potter right to the second. Jackson going to go to the top shelf. Down into 3 they go. Out of 4, it's Dimmitt, Potter, and then David up there to 3rd. He's going to have Chris Jackson on his back bumper as Dawson David started in the worst spot, and he's already in the top 3. Waylon Dimmitt last week ran 15 laps roughly door to door with Chris Jackson and fell just a hair short of that feature win. And I bet you Waylon Dimmitt is back tonight and he's looking for redemption. He wants that feature win as he's got the lead here in heat number 2. It's Dimmitt, Potter, David, your top 3. Jackson, Hazel, Betts, your top 6. And Briggs rounds out the field in 7th. The top 3's running down on the bottom side. Jackson up on the top side trying to find some speed. Donnie Betts down to the bottom side of Jeremy Hazel trying to get up into the top 5. Two more trips around here for the 11 of Waylon Dimmitt. Down at turn 4, white flag waves, one more trip around. Into 3 they go for the final time. Coming out of turn number 4, checkered flag for the 11 of Waylon Dimmitt. Tyler Potter 2nd and Chris Jackson 3rd. All right, that's going to wrap up heat number 2. One more heat before our first feature of the night. We're going to lay a little bit of moisture down on the speedway before we get rocking and rolling with our feature races. Again, like I said, we're going to do a Young Gun Championship feature. Then we'll go to intermission. Then we got 2 B features for your Midwest Modifieds, and then Super Stock feature, Midwest Mod feature, Pure Stock, and then B Mods. All right, race fans, lights are down. We will be green next time by. Down the back stretch, we're going to go over the 3rd and final heat race. Out of turn 4, green flag is in the air. Clayton Smith out front as they come out of 2 and down the back stretch. Brian Cook 2nd, Newell 3rd, Brookshire 4th. Out of turn 4, it's still Clayton Smith up front, but here comes the 5C of Brian Cook. J.C. Newell down to the bottom side of Cook. J.C. Newell moves up into that number 2 spot. Matt Brookshire going to try to follow him as Cook holds on to 3rd. But out front, it is all the 8S of Clayton Smith. William Garner now up into the top 4 in front of Brookshire. Trying to edge his way down to the bottom side of Clayton Smith. Down the backstretch field goes. Almost single file, everybody down on the bottom side except for the 5C of Brian Cook, who's got it working as he holds on to 3rd. But he's got the 7 of William Garner all over his back bumper. Now Garner down to the inside of Cook. J.C. Newell still trying to get around Clayton Smith as they got 2 to go. William Garner up to 3rd. As Garner gets into the top 3, Cook still running the high side of that. Oh, look out. Out of turn 4, white flag. One more trip around. Brookshire is going to come up. No, I don't know. Brookshire may still be in 5th. He may be up to 4th, but Brookshire's battling with Darren or Brian Cook. into 3, coming out of turn number 4 for the final time. Checkered flag for the 8S of Clayton Smith. JC Newell, William Garner, your top 3.